Let's start with Spinosaurus. This thing was longer than a T-Rex. Yeah, longer. Up to 50 feet of prehistoric problem. It had a giant sail on its back and a crocodile face full of cone-shaped teeth. And here's the weird part. It probably hunted in water. Imagine a dinosaur that said, land is overrated, and just went fishing instead. It had dense bones to help it stay underwater, like a 10-ton submarine with teeth. But don't let that fool you. This wasn't some peaceful river tourist. This was the reason nothing else wanted to go swimming. Next up, Tyrannosaurus Rex. The celebrity, the headliner, the dinosaur that doesn't need an introduction, but will get one anyway. T-Rex had one of the strongest bite forces of any land animal ever. We're talking bone crushing, like turn your skeleton into powder levels of pressure. And yes, tiny arms, but don't let that fool you. Those little arms were pure muscle, short, strong, committed, like that one guy at the gym who only trains chest day. Imagine being 40 feet long and still getting roasted for your arms for 65 million years. Honestly, T-Rex wasn't built wrong. It was built confident. Animal number 3, Giganotosaurus. The name literally means giant southern lizard. Subtle. This predator was possibly longer than T-Rex, but lighter built, faster, sleeker. Think sports car instead of armored truck. It had blade-like teeth designed for slicing flesh, not crushing bone. Nature basically said, what if we make it tall, fast, and dramatic? Imagine a predator that doesn't smash you, it just politely carves you into manageable pieces. And here's the weird part. It may have hunted in groups, because why not? One giant apex predator is scary. A team meeting of them? That's just unfair. And then there's Carcharodontosaurus. Yes, the name is aggressive. It means shark-toothed lizard, which tells you everything. This thing had teeth up to 8 inches long, serrated, sharp, basically steak knives attached to a dinosaur. It lived in Africa and grew over 40 feet long, but don't let that fool you. It wasn't just big, it was precise. Those teeth were built for slicing through muscle like it was warm butter. Imagine a land animal borrowing its dental plan from a great white shark. Nature looked at sharks and said, let's put that on legs. Honestly, this wasn't less of an animal and more of a walking cutlery set with anger issues. Now let's talk about Andrewsarchus. This one feels illegal. It looked like a giant wolf, but it wasn't a wolf. It was actually related to early hooved mammals. Yes, hooves. Nature basically said, let's mix a predator with farm equipment. It had one of the biggest mammalian skulls ever found. Just the skull alone was nearly 3 feet long. And here's the weird part. We mostly know it from that skull. Imagine being famous for just your head. Honestly, Andrewsarchus feels like evolution started designing a horse, then got distracted and added teeth. Next up, Arctodus, also known as the giant short-faced bear. And when I say giant, I mean terrifyingly tall. Standing upright, it could reach over 11 feet. That's basketball hoop eye contact. But don't let that fool you. It wasn't just tall. It had long legs built for speed. This bear could run surprisingly fast for something the size of a small car. Imagine a grizzly stretched vertically and late for something. Some scientists think it may have bullied other predators off their kills. Honestly, Arctodus feels like the prehistoric version of that one guy who shows up, takes your fries, and leaves. Animal number 7, Sarcosuchus, the so-called super croc. This crocodile grew up to 40 feet long and weighed around 8 tons. 8 tons! And here's the weird part. It lived alongside dinosaurs, which means dinosaurs had to check the river before drinking water. Imagine being a T-Rex and still thinking, maybe I won't stand too close to the shore. It had a long, narrow snout packed with over 100 teeth. Nature basically said, what if the river itself had teeth? Honestly, this wasn't a crocodile, it was a floating jump scare. And finally, Smilodon Populator, the heavyweight champion of saber-toothed cats, bigger and bulkier than modern lions, built like a furry tank. It had those iconic saber teeth up to 11 inches long. But don't let that fool you. Those teeth weren't for chewing, they were precision tools. Smilodon had powerful forelimbs that pin prey down before delivering a very careful, very dramatic bite. Imagine a cat, but it goes to the gym and never skips leg day. And here's the weird part. Despite the teeth, it probably couldn't bite as hard as a lion. It didn't need to. It just needed one perfect moment.
Honestly, Smilodon wasn't chasing you for long. It was waiting, patient, judging. And that's every biggest extinct land predator explained. From sail-backed river monsters to saber-toothed ambush experts, prehistoric Earth really said, let's not make this safe.